This is Face the Nation, broadcasting live from the CNN IBN headquarters in New Delhi with Sagarika Ghosh.
Good evening. The Income Tax Department today has begun a probe into BJP Party President Nitin Gadkari promoted company Purti Power and Sugar Limited, and Gadkari may be called for questioning. Tonight we are focusing on the larger question that the Gadkari issue has thrown up. Should politicians who have access to public money also run their own private business? What are the lines that should be drawn between politicians and business? Let's get you an update on Gadkari and then we'll get to our panelists.
As more details of the web of shell companies associated with Nitin Gadkari's Purti emerged, the Income Tax Department swung into action. Sources in the IT department confirmed they are probing the source of funds of the 18-odd companies that are shown as investors in Purti Power and Sugar.
Source of the funds, the nature of the funds, or the ability of that shareholder to bring in those funds. If that cannot be explained, it has been deemed to be the concealed income of the company itself.
The man himself, though, spent a rather quiet day, choosing to skip his scheduled visit to Delhi, remaining in Nagpur. Nitin Gadkari's biggest support has come from the RSS. It's this support that he is counting on. While this trio has backed him within the BJP,
Nitin Gadkari,
there are many others within the party who are questioning the move to support Gadkari, a fact which is keeping him on the edge.
What's becoming clear is that Nitin Gadkari will complete his tenure as party president. His term comes to an end this year end. But what could really take a hit is his desire to carry on as the BJP president for a second term. With Bhupendra Chaubey in New Delhi, in Nagpur, this is Shoaib Ahmed.
We're asking, do the relations between politicians and business need to be totally overhauled? Joining us tonight, Shankar Iyer, author of Accidental India, a history of the nation's passage through crisis and change. This is a book that has just come out. It is a book by Shankar Iyer on how crisis situations often cause change in India when nothing else does. Paranjoy Guha Thakurta, senior journalist and economist, Parth J. Shah, president of the Centre for Civil Society. We will also get you the views of Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw, CMD Biocon Limited, who spoke to me earlier today. I began by asking Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw what are the larger implications of the charges against Gadkari for politics and for business.
I think if you have a good, transparent governance system, then all these issues of conflicts of interest, of eligibility criteria, selection criteria will get addressed. So if Nitin Gadkari wants to have his business participate in a contract, if such systems were in place, there would be no questions asked. I mean, even today, in boardrooms, when there is a conflict of interest, directors have to be upfront. They have to disclose their conflicts of interest. And as long as they disclose their conflicts of interest, as long as they absent themselves when decisions are taken or when contracts are awarded, I think these kind of issues get addressed. So I think this is what we are facing today. Because we don't have all these systems in place, obviously, someone like Nitin Gadkari, if he does have conflicts of interest, it is going to come to the fore.
Conflict of interest must be disclosed. There must be open declaration of the eligibility criteria of contracts. There has to be transparency. But Nitin Gadkari is saying in his defense that he's only doing what all companies do. Shell companies, routing money, crony capitalism, getting friendly loans from friends. All companies, all businesses do this.
It's not, nobody is blaming anyone. I think if he had disclosed all this, if he had actually, if he had actually upfront disclosed his conflicts of interest, and if he had made all these disclosures before all these awards or contracts were made, I think no questions would have been asked. But has he done this? I don't know. I don't know the case too well. But if he has made all these disclosures, then I think he has been upfront. But if he has not made all these disclosures, I think that's what the issue is.
And through all of this, does it worry you that the image of business itself is being tarnished?
It does bother me as a business leader that, business is being tarnished in such a way, that profit is such a bad word, that, everyone is being lumped into the same bracket. Yes, it does bother me. And I think this is an inflection point in our, business environment, in our political environment. I think this is a time for introspection, this is a time for action, and this is a time where both politicians and business people have to make sure that they clean up.
This is the time that politicians and business people have to make sure they clean up. This is an inflection point. Let's put to Shankar Iyer.